I have a problem. And that problem is that I need to store almost 1 million items. Lucky for me, I figured out a way to do it. So, we're back in our redstone world. What have I been up to? Well, I've been trying to make a storage system that can handle such large amounts of items easily. And boy, did I come up with one. So I'll show you my first working prototype for my ideas and how I eventually optimized it and improved it into a system that can handle 1 million items. The entire idea is that it's a shulker box based storage system. So it basically stores and dispenses out different sets of shulker boxes. So this is my initial concept. So you load your 9 shulker boxes in here. Basically, this was the interface that I designed for the dispensing of shulker boxes, so how you actually retrieve your items. So the basic idea is that you have a redstone clock that every so often dispenses a shulker box into these dispensers. And so when a shulker box enters this hopper, it detects that there's a shulker box in this dispenser, and then it locks this hopper up top, basically. And so the reason you'd want to lock it is because you don't want 2 shulker boxes in the same one. So you want them to all evenly line up in the row. So the basic idea of how it works is you have the redstone clock, and then slowly it starts dispensing your items out, and you can put whatever you want in these items. And then so this is the initial system I had for that. It works. It's a bit clunky and it's a bit big, and so what I had to do for moving forward from this is actually figure out a way to for one, compact it, because it's very big, uses a lot of repeaters, and yeah, I knew it could be compacted a little bit. So I managed to make this system. It's a lot more vertical. I don't know if it uses less items per se, because it uses quite a lot of observers, but it does for sure include the system to where you would break the shulker boxes to like recycle them back into the storage system. So let's fill this up. It should be good to go, I think. And if you flick this lever, you'll see they get slowly dispensed out. I say slowly, however, this design is 1 tick faster per shulker box compared to the first design. And then if you wanted to actually reset it, or well, to break the shulker boxes, you'd flick this button, and they all get broken, and then the entire system resets. That includes the actual the copper bulbs. So this system, it works nice, and I decided to move forward with that as the dispensing system. Now, what we need is a storage system for the actual shulker boxes themselves, because this can hold nine shulker boxes, and it's really nothing special. I mean, what's the point of having them dispense the same shulker boxes over and over again? So my idea was to use a lectern. So this is I think the first working prototype for this the storage system. So you'd have 15 pages of whatever, say this page is for wood, this page is for stone, and as you progress, let me flick this lever so it's actually on. As you progress, yeah, so the number of the dropper is actually changed as you move the number along. So at the moment it's set to 4, and the 4th dropper is being activated, just like that. And the 4th dropper is being activated. So once you flick this lever, it pushes all of these blocks up, and then whatever shulker boxes are in this one will get dispensed. So let's say you want, what number is this? 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 has 9 shulker boxes in it. You flick to page 7. So you can see it slowly makes its way over to 7. And then once you flick this lever, it dispenses all those 7 into here, and then you get your shulker boxes. Or the 9 into here, and then you get your shulker boxes. So this was the system that I used for the shulker boxes themselves. However, I think I actually adapted this one, but I ended up making a working system, a fully working integrated system here for these shulker boxes. So the basic idea of how it works is you have the storage system over here. You can see it's set to, I think, what is that? To the 8th? Yeah, page 8. So once I flick this lever, you should see that some blue shulker boxes should be dispensed into here. You can hear them pulsing. Yeah, here they are. And they get dispensed, and yeah, I mean, it works. So you get your 8. The only flaw that I have with all the systems I'm about to show you is speed, obviously. But then again, with a million items, it can't be perfect. So you basically flick this lever to turn off the kind of dispensing into the hopper line. Then if you want to reset it, you flick this button. You'll see they get dispensed up here. So these should get put back into this dropper, and only this dropper. You'll see the 9 shulker boxes end up here. Very nice. And then now that those are there, I actually have the ability to change colors. Say we want lime shulker boxes. We then flick the lever, and then slowly you should see, yeah, number 4, and then you have the lime shulker boxes. So this is a really good example of 250,000 items that can be sorted and stored in this system. Don't forget to turn off the lever, and boom, everything gets automatically sorted. So this is nice and all, but it is nowhere near being a million items. So then I started experimenting with a system that can do double. So the way this works is it's literally this system mirrored on both sides. However, I was able to merge the actual system in the middle that uses the lectern output. So that is the same in the middle. However, it's just a mirror of both storage systems. So you get 15 different sets of items with 2 full droppers of shulker boxes. So let's say we want blue. You flick this lever, and on both sides you should get the blues being dispensed, and that should happen anytime soon. There we go. So you get the blues being dispensed, and then again it's the same with the changing of colors. Yeah, and so this system works nice. It works the exact same as the other one. But yeah, again, 500,000. It's not enough. What am I going to do with 500,000 items? It's way too little. So I adapted it to this version. Now it's very messy. Obviously you'd hide the redstone a little bit better, but it's the same principle. You know, you get your items, you choose the shulker boxes you want them to go to, and yeah, they get sorted. Now this is nice. It's just very big, and these things get in the way, and yeah, overall it is a very messy project setup. The reason I have these lines like this, oh, I forgot to turn off the lever. Oh well. The reason I have these lines like this is because we actually rely on a comparator output from the lectern. So all these comparator outputs need to go to this central hub to provide an output basically for all of the storage cells. The issue with that is that this lectern is so far from all of those storage cells. So what I'm able to do with a more compact system is that these storage cells are less far away, and you don't get as many items in the same area, in a larger area. So this same system, this does hold 1 million items, or at least close to 1 million items. So this system is big. It's very, very, in terms of surface area, it's very big for just the storage area. The nice thing about this is the final version. We love this. The nice thing about this is you have a central control console with a lever that's very accessible from the middle, and the only piece of redstone in terms of comparators that you see is this one and this block. So these you can't move because they have to be able to access the comparator. However, everything else should be underground. And I forgot to mention this, but for these storage cells, they're actually really nice, because what you can do with them is they don't have to be this close to the dispensing module. You can put them all the way underground, hide them completely from your build, and the only part of the entire storage system that you'd see is this small area. So obviously, if you wanted a more accessible storage area, you wouldn't have 4 in a loop like this. You'd have some other configuration. But this is just what I found was aesthetic, and it looked, yeah, it looked pretty insane in my opinion. So how does it work? Same kind of system. You change the shulker box, or you change the lectern setting. So let's say we want purple shulker boxes. You'll see it change here on all 4 sides. So this should be purple. Yes, it is. I didn't mess up. And yeah, I hope it's fully reset. We never know with this thing, but you flick this lever. Let's go up a bit. You can hear all the dispensers firing, and this should dispense in a nice spiral form. Oh, so beautiful. So you get all your items nice and easy. You can hear the dispensers are empty. Just like that, you get 1 million items. Quote unquote. It's close enough. But yeah, so if you want to reset this, there's a button right there. It breaks all the shulker boxes. Before you change colors, let it reset. Don't touch this for a little while, because you want the shulker boxes to have enough time to get back to this dropper. So now you can change the color or whatever. That's fine. However, as soon as you do change it, it stops this hopper from being accessible. So if there's still items filtering in like this, and this one is locked, it'll mess up the entire system. Your shulker boxes will end up either in a wrong dispenser, which would be really bad, or they just get dispensed into this back chest. Because this is from a test. These shulker boxes, it ended up happening, and I was like, oh right, I forgot to wait. But yeah, so for all 4, it works in the same amount of time. Like I said, you're an idiot chest. Stuff should never be in there unless you make a mistake. But yeah, now I can just change colors. Let's say we want light blue. You'll slowly see the light blue get dispensed out there, and then yeah, it gets spat out. Very nice. So we have the modules that are controlled by the lectern. The lectern signal actually stays the same. The comparator signal, sorry, stays the same in this sort of elevator fashion. So we're able to send that signal very nicely into both sides of this redstone signal. And now it has to go into this block, because in here there's also some redstone that requires that signal. I can't just directly run it into this one. However, it triggers the observer to fire. So the observer gets pushed up, and that pushing up actually would start the dropper from firing into this hopper line. The only reason it's not at the moment is because of this lever, and that lever basically pushes these blocks forward and back, which would allow this observer to actually fire into the dropper. And so yeah, like I said, the dropper drops the shulker boxes into this water stream, so they shoot up into this dropper right here. And so this dropper basically, yeah, so we have a redstone clock down here that basically fires every, what is that, 5 ticks, 6 ticks, to all of these different droppers. So there's 4 around the entire system because there's 4 different modules. And so yeah, so these droppers fire items, like I said earlier, every so often, because you don't want the dispensers to be full of multiple items. the system basically detects that there's a shulker box in there. It sends a signal through this loop. Basically what it does is up here it locks the hopper, and down here it dispenses the item. And yeah, so once you reset it, it detects that it's been reset, and happy days. But yeah, that was my my 1 million item storage system. So I'm going to be implementing this eventually onto the Craftiverse server in one way or another. I still need to figure out what I'm going to do for my mega base. But yeah, this is an exciting system. So if you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. It would mean a lot. I'm on my way to 100 subscribers, which is a huge milestone for me. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but for me, it's as a starting content creator, it means a lot. So for this build, because it's so big and I haven't had the time to make its own world, I won't be actually putting a download in the description. It'd be the first time, but if you want one, please let me know. I'll update that. I'll make a world for it. Don't get mad at me. And yeah, then you can have your storage system, experiment with it yourself, whatever. But yeah, that was it for today. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.